Eli Mercer had spent 15 years fixing engines in a garage that barely kept the lights on. The tools were old, the floor was cracked, and most days he worked alone. But his customers trusted him because when Eli said something was broken, it was broken. And when he said it would run, it ran. On a Tuesday afternoon, the street outside went quiet. Then he heard it, a sound that didn't belong in his neighborhood. The smooth, expensive hum of an engine worth more than his entire garage. Eli looked up. A black SUV was pulling into his lot, moving slowly, like it was afraid to touch the cracked pavement. The paint was so polished it looked wet. The windows were tinted dark. The passenger door opened, and Eli saw her, a little black girl, maybe 10 years old, sitting perfectly still. Her legs were locked in heavy metal braces that gleamed under the sun. She wore a bright red cardigan and sat with her hands folded in her lap like she'd been trained. She wasn't moving, just watching him with eyes that were too careful for a child. Eli's chest tightened. He'd seen that look before. The look of a child who'd learned not to ask for things. The driver's door opened. A woman stepped out, elegant, controlled, expensive. But her eyes told a different story. Fear. She crouched beside the girl without touching her. "Sky," she said softly, "will just be a minute." Sky nodded once. No complaint, no question. Eli walked over slowly. "Car trouble?" "The engine died completely," the woman said. Eli looked at Sky. The little girl was staring at his hands, not his face, his hands, like she was memorizing every movement. "It clicked twice," Sky said quietly. Then everything went quiet. Eli's eyes shifted to her. "That matters," he said gently. "Good listening." Sky's eyes widened, like someone had just spoken a language she'd forgotten. Her mother's face cracked for just a second. Eli felt it then, the weight in his gut that told him this wasn't about a car. This was about something much bigger, something that had been breaking for years. He looked at the braces on Sky's legs, then at her mother's terrified face, then back at Sky's careful, watching eyes. And Eli made a choice that would change everything. He was about to tell them a truth that could destroy them, or set them free. Before we continue, subscribe to this channel right now and drop a comment telling me, would you have the courage to expose the truth if it meant destroying everything? Because what happens next will make you question how far people will go to protect their secrets. Let me take you back to the moment this nightmare began. The wrench hit the floor. Eli didn't pick it up. Something felt wrong. Not the tool, not the engine, something else. The radio died mid-sentence. The street went quiet. Even the birds stopped. That's when the SUV pulled up. Black, too clean for this neighborhood. Engine so smooth it sounded fake. Eli wiped his hands on a rag that used to be white. The passenger door opened. A little girl sat inside. 7 years old. Black, small. Her legs were locked in metal braces that looked too heavy for her body. She didn't move. She stared at Eli's hands. Not like a kid stares. Like she was studying something important. Like she was memorizing every movement. That made his chest tight. Then the woman stepped out. Expensive clothes, calm face, power wrapped in silence. She closed the door without making noise, like even sound needed permission around her. She bent down next to the girl. "Sky," she said softly, "will just be a minute." Sky nodded once. No questions, no complaints, no fear. Eli felt it in his gut. The thing he trusted more than thinking. This wasn't about a broken car. Whatever was broken started way before today. He went back to the engine, but Sky never left his mind. Every time he reached for a tool, her eyes followed. When he tightened a bolt, her fingers twitched the same way. Like her body remembered movements it wasn't allowed to do anymore. This wasn't boredom. This was attention with nowhere to go. Sky leaned forward. Her red cardigan slipped off her shoulder. She didn't fix it. Watching mattered more. Her mother stood behind her, Arms crossed, eyes on the street, not the garage. She checked her phone without unlocking it. Just touched it. A habit. A black card slid out of her purse when she moved. She caught it fast, like being seen was dangerous. Eli noticed. People walking by slowed down. A man at the corner store stared too long, whispered to the woman next to him, then pretended he didn't see anything when Sky's mother looked up. Nobody said her name. Power doesn't need introductions. Car died completely? Eli asked. Yes, the mother said. It hesitated first. It clicked twice, Sky said suddenly. Then everything went quiet. Eli turned fully toward her. That matters, he said gently. Good listening. Sky's eyes got wider, just a little. Nobody had ever praised her attention before. Her mother opened her mouth, then closed it. Eli felt it again. The unease. Kids like this don't get ignored by accident. They get trained. The clock on the wall ticked loud. Each second felt heavy. Sky watched Eli's face now, not his hands. She was deciding something. Her mother shifted her weight. Uncomfortable. Eli grabbed another tool, slower this time, because some things you can't rush, and some lies take years to build. He could feel it in the air between them. The wheelchair wasn't protecting Sky. It was burying her. Eli reached for a socket wrench. Sky's hand moved at the exact same time. Her fingers curled like she was holding the tool herself, then stopped, like something had cut the connection. She did it again when he adjusted a belt. Same rhythm, same motion. Her body remembered what it wasn't allowed to finish. Eli's throat went tight. This kid wasn't watching because she was bored. She was watching because nobody let her do anything else. Sky leaned forward. The cardigan slipped further down her arm. She didn't pull it back up. Watching mattered more than looking right. Her mother stood near the door, checking the street. Always checking. Her thumb moved across her phone screen without unlocking it, just touching it, making sure it was still there. A black card fell halfway out of her purse. She grabbed it so fast it made a sound. Her eyes darted around the garage. Nobody saw, except Eli. A woman walked past outside. She slowed down, stared, then grabbed her husband's arm and whispered something. The husband looked too. Sky's mother lifted her chin. The couple walked away, fast. Sky saw the whole thing. She always saw. Her face didn't change, but her shoulders got smaller. Car died completely? Eli asked again, even though he already knew the answer. He needed to fill the silence before it crushed something. Yes, the mother said, voice flat, careful. It clicked twice, Sky said, then nothing. Eli stopped moving. He turned to face her completely. That matters, he said, gentle but serious. Good listening. Sky blinked. Her lips parted just a little, like she wanted to say something but forgot how. Nobody had ever told her that noticing things was important. Her mother's jaw tensed. She stepped closer to Sky. Protective, automatic. Eli saw it happen, the wall going back up. He turned back to the engine, gave them space, but his chest felt heavy now. Kids like Sky didn't just sit quiet. They got taught, over and over, until silence became safety. Sky's fingers twitched again when Eli loosened a bolt. She didn't even know she was doing it. Her brain was trying to send signals her body had been told to ignore. The clock ticked. A car honked outside. Sky's mother checked her phone again. Still didn't unlock it. Eli tightened something under the hood. Slow, deliberate. He wasn't just fixing the car. He was buying time. Because something was happening here. Something bigger than an engine problem. Sky shifted in her chair, just an inch. Her mother's hand moved toward her, then stopped, like she wanted to help but didn't know how anymore. Sky looked down at her legs. The braces gleamed under the garage light. Metal and fabric, straps pulled tight. She touched one of the buckles. Her mother saw. Don't, she said quietly. Sky pulled her hand back. Fast. Trained. Eli pretended not to hear, but he heard everything. The way Sky obeyed without arguing. The way her mother said it without thinking. The way neither of them questioned it anymore. That's how lies survive. They stop sounding like lies. They start sounding like love. Eli closed the hood. The sound echoed through the garage. Sky jumped a little. Her mother touched her shoulder. "It's okay," she whispered. But Sky's eyes stayed on Eli, like she was waiting for him to say something nobody else had ever said. He didn't speak yet. Some truths need space to land. The bathroom smelled like bleach and rust. Sky balanced at the sink. Her mother stood close behind, not touching, just hovering. They'd done this 1,000 times, always the same distance, close enough to catch her, far enough not to. The soap slipped. It hit the porcelain with a crack. Sky's whole body went stiff. "I'm okay," she said immediately. Too fast. Her mother's hand lifted, then stopped in midair. "You're fine," she said. "Take your time." Water splashed onto Sky's brace. The fabric turned dark. Wet. The door opened. A woman walked in. Saw Sky. Her eyes dropped for half a second, then snapped away. Sky saw it happen. She always did. She smiled at the woman. Polite. Perfect. The woman smiled back. Tight. Uncomfortable. Then rushed to a stall. The lock clicked loud. Sky's smile disappeared the second the woman was gone. Her mother crouched down, eye level now. "We don't cry in public," she said softly. Not angry, just stating facts. "Not because crying is bad," she continued, "because people don't deserve your tears." Sky swallowed hard. "I wasn't going to cry," she said. "I know," her mother replied, but her hands shook when she fixed Sky's cardigan. Outside the bathroom, Eli leaned against the wall. He hadn't meant to follow them, but something told him to wait. He heard the faucet running inside, heard the silence between the sounds. Some rules don't need words, you just feel them in the air. The door opened. Sky came out first. Her chin was too high for a 7-year-old. Her mother followed, composed again, like she'd put on a mask. Sky rolled past Eli. For half a second her face cracked. Just half a second. But Eli saw it. The exhaustion. The weight. The training. What kind of kid learns dignity by swallowing everything first? Back in the garage, Sky stopped near the car. Her mother stood by the door, still watching the street. Always watching. Sky touched her brace again. This time her mother didn't stop her. She was looking the other way. Sky pressed her fingers into the metal. Hard, like she was testing something. Like she wanted to feel if anything was still hers underneath. The phone rang. Her mother answered without checking the screen. "Yes," she said. Voice different now. Colder. A pause. "I understand." Another pause. "You explained that already." Sky's hands stopped moving. She knew that tone. Doctors. Her mother turned away, one hand gripping the car door like it was holding her up. "You said," her voice cracked, just a little. "You should prepare her for a wheelchair." The words hung in the air, heavy, final. Sky stared at the floor. Her mother ended the call. Didn't say goodbye, just pressed the red button. The garage went silent. The clock ticked. Each second felt like it was counting something they'd already lost. "Mom?" Sky asked quietly. Her mother spun around, smile back in place. Fast. "It's nothing," she said. "Just adult stuff." Sky nodded. She always nodded. Eli cleared his throat. "How long ago was that diagnosis?" he asked. The mother froze. Her smile stayed on her face, but her eyes changed. "Long enough?" she said. Not an answer. A wall. Eli turned back to the engine. His heart pounded in his chest. He knew that tone. Certainty dressed up as care. And he knew exactly how much damage one sentence could do, how it could turn into years, how it could become a cage, how nobody questions it because it came from someone with a degree. Sky touched her legs one more time. Soft, careful, like she was saying goodbye to something. Or maybe hello. Eli couldn't tell yet, but he felt it starting. The crack in the lie. Small, but growing. The hood was still open when Eli heard her voice change. The mother was on the phone again. Back turned, one hand gripping the edge of the car. White knuckles. "I understand," she said. "Yes." Pause. Eli's hand slowed on the engine. "You said that already." Her voice was shaking now. Sky sat perfectly still, eyes locked on the floor. The woman closed her eyes. "You said..." She stopped, breathed. "You should prepare her for a wheelchair." The words dropped like stones. Not cruel, just final. She ended the call without speaking again. Just silence. Then the click. The garage felt smaller now. The clock got louder. Each tick accused someone. "Mom?" Sky whispered. Her mother turned fast, smile already back. Perfect. Practiced. "It's nothing," she said. "Just adult stuff." Sky nodded. She always did, but her fingers curled into fists in her lap. Small fists. Eli wiped his hands even though they were already clean. "How long ago was that diagnosis?" he asked. The mother went rigid. Her smile stayed frozen on her face. "Long enough," she said. She didn't blink, didn't move. That wasn't an answer. It was a door slamming shut. Eli turned back to the engine. His chest felt tight. He'd heard that exact tone before, in hospitals, in offices with certificates on the walls, certainty wrapped in kindness, the kind that doesn't let you argue, the kind that makes you feel guilty for even questioning. He knew what one sentence like that could do, how it could become years, how it could become truth just because nobody challenged it. Sky shifted in her chair, just slightly. Her leg moved, not much, maybe an inch. Her eyes went wide. She looked down fast, then at her mother. Her mother wasn't watching. She was staring at her phone, screen still dark, just holding it, like it was a weapon she couldn't put down. Sky moved her leg again, slow, careful, testing. Her breath caught. She felt something, not pain, not nothing, something in between. Her heart started racing. She looked at Eli. He was watching. Their eyes met. He didn't smile, didn't nod. Just saw. Sky's throat went tight. One person, just one person had noticed. Her mother turned around suddenly. "We should go," she said. Her voice was too bright now, forced. "The car's almost done," Eli said. "How much longer?" 5 minutes. She nodded, checked her phone again. Still didn't unlock it. Just needed something to hold. Sky sat frozen. That feeling in her leg was still there. Quiet. Present. She didn't know what it meant yet, but it felt like waking up after sleeping too long. When your body doesn't remember how to move right away, everything tingles. Everything's confused. Her mother paced near the door. 3 steps. Turn. 3 steps back. Like she was trapped. Like the garage was suddenly too small. Eli tightened one last bolt. The wrench clicked. Final. "Done," he said. The mother exhaled. Relief. Fear. Both at once. She pulled out her wallet, hands shaking. "How much?" 40, Eli said. She handed him $300 bills. "Keep it," she said quickly. "That's too much." "Please," her voice cracked on the word. Eli took the bills slowly. He understood. This wasn't payment. This was guilt trying to buy silence, trying to make the moment disappear. Sky watched the money change hands. She felt something twist in her stomach, like she was being erased again, paid for, put away. Her mother moved toward her chair. "Ready?" she asked. Sky looked at Eli one more time. He was putting tools away, slow, deliberate, like he wasn't in a hurry to forget. "Yeah," Sky said quietly. But she wasn't ready. Not even close. Something had started in that garage, something nobody had paid for, and money couldn't make it stop. Eli adjusted something under the hood. Small, almost invisible, a loose connection, nothing major. His movements were slow, careful. He didn't explain what he was doing. He just listened. The engine responded differently, subtle, but real. A smoother sound, something settling into place. Skye tilted her head, her eyebrows pulled together. She shifted in her chair, then froze. Her breath stopped. The sensation was tiny, almost nothing, but it was new. Skye pressed her fingers into her thigh. Warm. There. Her eyes went wide, not excited, confused. She didn't say anything. Private changes felt safer. Eli straightened up, wiped his hands on the rag. That should help, he said, voice even. Calm. Her mother let out a breath she'd been holding. Thank you, she said. We don't usually stop places like this. Eli nodded. Didn't ask what she meant. He already knew places like this weren't for people like them. Skye looked up at him. Really looked. You talk to me? She said suddenly. The words weren't loud, but they cut through everything. Eli blinked. Yeah, he said. Seemed right. Her mother stiffened. I always talk to her, she said, defensive, immediate. Skye didn't argue. She just kept staring at Eli, because something inside her had moved, something quiet, something that had been ignored for so long it forgot how to speak, and now it was waking up. Her mother grabbed the car keys. We should go, she said. Mom, wait, Skye said. Her mother stopped, turned. What's wrong? Nothing, Skye said quickly. Too quickly. Her mother's face softened. Are you sure? Skye nodded, but her hand stayed pressed against her leg, still feeling, still testing. Eli closed the hood. The sound echoed. Final. But it didn't feel final. Her mother moved to unlock the car. Skye's wheelchair was already positioned by the door. Standard routine. Get in. Drive away. Forget. But Skye wasn't moving yet. She was staring at her legs, at the braces, at the metal that had held her still for years. Skye? Her mother asked. Skye looked up. Can I ask you something? Her mother's face went cautious. Of course. Do you think the doctor was right? Silence crashed down, heavy, suffocating. Her mother's mouth opened. Nothing came out. She glanced at Eli, then back at Skye. Baby, she said carefully. The doctor knows best. But do you think he was right? Skye pressed. Her voice was steady now, not arguing, just asking. Her mother's eyes filled with tears, fast, unexpected. She blinked them back. I don't know, she whispered. The truth, finally, raw and terrifying. Skye nodded slowly. She looked back at Eli. What do you think? She asked him. Eli didn't answer right away. He crouched down. Eye level. I think, he said slowly, that nobody's asked you what you feel. Skye's chin trembled. I feel something, she whispered. Her mother's hand flew to her mouth. What do you mean? Just now, Skye said, when he fixed the car. I felt something in my leg. The garage went completely silent. No clock. No street noise. Nothing. Her mother dropped to her knees. Where? She asked, voice shaking. Skye touched her thigh. Here. Her mother pressed her hand over Skye's. Can you feel this? Yes. This? Yes. Tears spilled down her mother's face now. No control. No composure, just shock. Eli stood up slowly, gave them space. This moment wasn't his. Skye looked at her mother. Is that bad? She asked. Her mother shook her head hard. No, she choked out. No, baby. She couldn't finish. Skye squeezed her mother's hand. I've been feeling things for a while, she admitted quietly. I just didn't say anything. Her mother's face crumpled. Why not? Skye's voice got smaller. Because everyone already decided. The truth landed like a punch. Her mother pulled Skye into her arms, held her tight, shaking, And for the first time in years, neither of them pretended everything was fine. Sky's mother stood outside the garage. People walked past. Cars drove by. She saw nothing. Her phone sat in her palm. Screen dark. She didn't need to turn it on. She remembered the exact date. The hospital room too bright. Antiseptic smell burning her throat. Sky had been smaller then. Eyes unfocused from shock. Her tiny body wrapped in blankets after the fall. Cameras flashed outside the window before doctors finished examining her. At first they said temporary. Then the advisors came. Suits, calm voices, confident faces. They talked about risk, about public scrutiny, about how uncertainty scared people more than permanence. This will keep her safe. This avoids speculation. She's young, she'll adapt. The doctor spoke last, older man, kind eyes. You should prepare her for a wheelchair. Not might, not will see. Prepare. She had nodded, signed papers, repeated the words until they sounded like facts instead of fear. Now, years later, she pressed her thumb into the side of her phone. Hard, until it hurt. Inside the garage, Sky laughed, soft, quiet, at something Eli said. Her mother's chest tightened. Sky almost never laughed around strangers. She'd learned not to. Learned to be small, invisible, safe. Her mother felt something shift inside her, slow, painful, like a bone setting wrong years ago, and now breaking again to heal right. What if safety had become a cage? What if control was just fear with better vocabulary? So she walked back inside. Sky looked up, smiled, and in that moment, guilt stopped being abstract. It had a date, a signature, her name on it. Eli was putting tools away. He glanced at the mother, saw her face, said nothing. Some things don't need witnesses. Ready? She asked Sky. Her voice cracked on the word. Sky nodded, but she was still pressing her hand against her leg, still feeling. Her mother knelt beside the wheelchair. Sky, she said quietly. Yeah? When you said you've been feeling things? She stopped, started again. How long? Sky's face changed, guilty now, like she'd done something wrong. A while? She whispered. How long is a while? Maybe a year. The air left her mother's lungs. A year, 12 months, 365 days, of Sky feeling something and saying nothing. Why didn't you tell me? She asked, not angry, broken. Sky looked down. Because you cried when the doctor said wheelchair. Her mother's vision blurred. So I thought if I felt things, you'd cry more. The words were simple, child logic, but devastatingly accurate. Her mother had cried, in front of Sky, and Sky had learned that her body was grief, that feeling was burden, that staying quiet kept people safe. Oh, baby, she whispered. She pulled Sky close. I'm so sorry. Sky's arms wrapped around her mother's neck. It's okay. It's not. I know, Sky said softly, but we can fix it now. Her mother pulled back, looked at her daughter's face. 7 years old, already wiser than she should have to be. When did you get so brave? She asked. Sky thought about it. Just now, she said. When someone listened. Eli closed his toolbox. The click was soft but final. He walked to the other side of the garage, gave them privacy. The mother stood slowly. Her legs felt weak. She looked at the wheelchair. Shiny, expensive, perfect. It had cost $40,000, custom made, the best. But what if the best thing had been the worst thing? What if she'd locked her daughter away trying to protect her? She touched the wheelchair handle. Cold metal. It felt like evidence now, proof of every wrong choice dressed up as right. Sky reached out, touched her mother's hand. Mom? I'm here. Can we try something? Her mother's heart stopped. Try what? Sky looked at Eli, then back at her mother. Can I try to stand? The question hung in the air. Impossible. Terrifying. Real. Her mother's first instinct was no. automatic, protective. But she stopped herself, swallowed it. "Are you sure?" she asked instead. Sky nodded. "I want to know," she said. "I want to know what I can do. Not what doctors said, not what advisors decided, what she could do." Her mother looked at Eli. He was watching, waiting, not pushing, just present. She took a breath. "Okay," she whispered. Eli wiped his hands, even though they were already clean. "There's something I need to be honest about," he said. Sky's mother stiffened immediately. "If this is about money, it's not," Eli interrupted. Gentle but firm, she stopped. Eli didn't rush. He never rushed with things that could destroy lives. "If I'm right," he said, "then what you were told wasn't the full truth." Sky leaned forward. Her mother's face went pale. "And if you're wrong?" she asked. Eli met her eyes. "Then this could make things worse," he said. "If this goes wrong, walking could be over forever." The words sat heavy in the air, cold, real. The clock ticked. "And if it fails," Eli added quietly, "doctors won't try again. They'll say this proves them right." Sky's mother felt her knees weaken. This wasn't hope. This was consequence. Real consequence. The kind that doesn't let you go back. She looked at Sky, expecting fear, but Sky's face was calm, thoughtful. "I know," Sky said. Her mother turned sharply. "You don't understand." "Yes, I do," Sky replied. Her voice shook, but she didn't stop. "I know it could hurt. I know it might not work." She folded her hands in her lap. Small hands. Steady. "But I don't want to be scared my whole life." Silence crashed down. Her mother's breath caught. 7 years old. And already brave enough to choose uncertainty over safety. Eli watched them both. Waiting. This wasn't his decision. Never was. Sky's mother closed her eyes. Her mind raced. What if it failed? What if Sky got hurt? What if this destroyed the last chance she had? What if the doctors were right all along? But then another thought came. Quieter. More painful. What if she said no? What if Sky spent her whole life wondering? What if this moment was the only chance, and she took it away? Again. She opened her eyes, looked at her daughter, really looked. Sky wasn't asking for permission, she was asking for trust. "Tell me everything," her mother said to Eli. Her voice was steady now, made of something harder than fear. "What are the risks?" Eli didn't sugarcoat it. "Her muscles are weak. They've been locked in place too long." "What does that mean?" "It means if she tries to stand, she could fall hard, could damage nerves that still work." Her mother's hand shook. "What else?" "If this doesn't work, every doctor will point to it. They'll say we made it worse, that we should have listened." "And if it does work?" Eli paused. "Then we find out the truth." "Which is?" "That maybe she didn't need the wheelchair in the first place." The words landed like an accusation. Her mother's chest tightened. "You're saying they were wrong?" "I'm saying nobody asked her." Sky spoke up. "He's right," she said quietly. Her mother looked at her. "Nobody ever asked me what I felt. They just decided." Tears filled her mother's eyes. "Because I was trying to protect you." "I know," Sky said. "But Mom..." She reached out, touched her mother's hand. "I can't be protected forever." The truth of it cut deep. Her mother wanted to argue, wanted to say yes you can, wanted to keep her small and safe and untouched by the world. But she couldn't. Because Sky was right. Protection had become prison, and love had become control. She looked at Eli. "If we do this," she said, "and it goes wrong, then it's on me," Eli said immediately. "No. Yes." Her mother shook her head. "If we do this and it goes wrong, it's on me, because I'm her mother and I chose this." Eli nodded slowly, respect in his eyes. "Okay," he said. Her mother turned back to Sky. Are you absolutely sure? Sky didn't hesitate. Yes. Even knowing you might never walk? Even knowing. Her mother's throat closed. She wanted to say no, wanted to grab Sky and run, put her back in the wheelchair, lock it, keep her safe forever. But instead she whispered, "Okay." The word felt like stepping off a cliff. Sky's face lit up, not with joy, with relief. Someone finally heard her. Someone finally believed her. Eli moved closer. "We go slow," he said, "and we stop the second something feels wrong." "Okay," Sky said. Her mother wiped her eyes. Her hands were still shaking, but she nodded. This was happening, and there was no going back. This is it. The point of no return. If your heart is racing right now, hit that subscribe button because you absolutely cannot miss whether Sky stands or falls. And comment below, stand if you think she can do it, or fall if you think this is too risky. I want to know what you're feeling right now, because what comes next will leave you speechless. Eli didn't answer. He stood up, walked across the garage, started packing his tools, slowly, deliberately. Wrench, rag, gauge, one by one. "What are you doing?" Sky's mother asked, panic rising in her voice. "Stopping," Eli said. He zipped the bag. The sound was loud in the quiet garage. "I won't do this with pressure," he continued. "If anyone feels pushed, that's how mistakes happen." He lifted the bag. "I buried a child once," he said quietly, "because adults were sure." The garage felt like it shrunk. Sky's chest went tight. Her mother's face drained of color. Eli walked toward the door. Each step felt final. "Sir?" Sky said, her voice small. Eli stopped, didn't turn around. "You said I could stop if I wanted to," Sky continued. "Yes." "I don't want to stop." Silence, heavy, absolute. Eli's shoulders tensed. "You sure?" he asked, still facing away. "Yes." "Your mom sure?" Sky looked at her mother. Her mother's eyes were filled with tears, but she nodded. "Yes," she whispered. Eli turned slowly. His face was hard, not angry, careful. "This isn't about hope," he said. "Hope gets kids hurt." "Then what's it about?" her mother asked. "Truth," Eli said simply. "Finding out what's real." He set the bag down, walked back toward them. "But the second anyone hesitates," he said, "we stop. No arguments, no second chances." "Okay," Sky said. Her mother reached for Sky's hand, held it tight. Eli knelt in front of Sky, eye level again. "I need you to promise me something," he said. "What?" "If it hurts, you say so immediately, not after, not when it's too late. Right when it starts." Sky nodded. "I promise." "Say it." "I promise if it hurts, I'll tell you immediately." Eli looked at her mother. "And you," he said. "If you change your mind, you speak up. I don't care if we're halfway through. You say stop, we stop." Her mother's voice was barely audible. "I understand." Eli stood, looked at them both. "This isn't going to look like a miracle," he said. "It's going to look like work, hard work, maybe painful work." "I know," Sky said. "And if it doesn't work, then it doesn't work," Sky interrupted. "But at least I tried." Eli felt something shift in his chest. This kid, 7 years old, braver than most adults he'd ever met. He moved to the braces, studied them carefully. Her mother watched his every movement. "What are you looking for?" she asked. "Tension points," Eli said. "Places where the brace is doing work her muscles could do." "And if there aren't any?" "Then the doctors were right," her mother swallowed. "And if there are?" Eli didn't answer right away. He pressed gently on Sky's knee. "Does this hurt?" "No." He pressed again. Different spot. "This? A little? Good hurt or bad hurt?" Sky thought about it. "Tight hurt," she said, "like something's been squeezed too long." Eli nodded. That was what he needed to hear. He adjusted one small strap, barely visible, almost nothing. How's that? He asked. Sky's eyes went wide. Different. Different how? Lighter. Her mother leaned forward. Is that good? It means the brace was doing more than supporting, Eli said. It was restricting. Her mother's hand flew to her mouth. For how long? Can't say for sure, Eli replied, but long enough that her body forgot what movement felt like. Sky looked at her legs, at the braces that had been her prison, her protection, her identity. Can you take them off? She asked. Her mother gasped. Sky, no. Not yet, Eli said firmly. We go step by step. Rushing is how people get hurt. Sky nodded. Disappointment flickered across her face, but she understood. Eli adjusted another strap. Try moving your foot, he said. Sky concentrated. Her foot twitched, just slightly, but it moved, on her own. Her breath caught. Mom, did you see that? Her mother was crying, silent tears streaming down her face. I saw, she whispered. Sky moved her foot again, stronger this time. Real movement, not much, but hers. Eli sat back. That's enough for today, he said. But I can do more. I know. Eli interrupted gently. That's why we stop now. Sky wanted to argue, but she saw his face. This wasn't negotiable. Okay, she said quietly. Her mother exhaled, relief and terror mixed together. This was real. This was happening, and nothing would ever be the same. Eli knelt in front of Sky again, not to fix anything, to ask, I won't touch you unless you ask, he said. You control this. Sky nodded. Her mother's hands shook violently now, uncontrollable. Eli loosened one adjustment, small, almost insulting in its simplicity. That's it? Sky asked. That's it. Sky looked at her mother. Her mother's face was white. Do you want to try standing? Eli asked, not telling. Asking. Sky's heart pounded. Yes. You sure? Yes. Eli stepped back. Then do it, he said, when you're ready. Sky placed her feet flat on the ground. Her legs trembled immediately, weak, unfamiliar. Her mother gasped, stepped forward. Sky lifted her hand. Please, she whispered. Let me. Her mother froze, arms halfway extended, wanting to help, terrified not to. Sky gripped the armrests, pushed down. The sensation flooded her, sharp, confusing, real. Her body rose, inch by inch. Her knees wobbled violently. Her legs screamed. She stood. 1 second. 2, 3. Her body tipped forward, almost falling. Eli reached out, then stopped himself. Sky grabbed the chair, lowered herself back down, fast, controlled. Her breath came in gasps. I almost fell, she whispered. Eli nodded. And you didn't. Her mother dropped to her knees, right there on the garage floor, hands covering her face, sobbing, not sad crying, something else. Relief, terror, grief, joy, all at once. Sky watched her mother break, completely. No control left. No composure. Just raw emotion pouring out. Mom? Sky asked quietly. Her mother looked up, face wet, eyes red. You stood, she choked out. Just for a second. You stood. The words kept coming, like she needed to say them to make them real. Sky reached out, touched her mother's hand. Are you okay? Her mother laughed. A broken sound. Half sob, half joy. I don't know, she said honestly. I don't know what I am. Eli stood quietly in the corner, giving them space. This moment wasn't his. Never was. Sky's legs still trembled, exhausted from 3 seconds of work, but they were awake now. Alive. Her mother pulled Sky into her arms, held her so tight. I'm sorry, she whispered into Sky's hair. For what? For not believing you. Sky's throat tightened. You believe me now. I should have believed you then. They sat like that. mother and daughter, both crying now, holding each other. The garage was silent except for their breathing. Eli checked his watch. "She needs to rest," he said gently. Her mother pulled back, wiped her face. "You're right," she said. She looked at Sky. Really looked. Her daughter's face was exhausted, pale, shaking, but something else too. Peaceful. "How do you feel?" she asked. Sky thought about it. "Tired," she said, "but good tired." Her mother smiled through tears. "Good tired." She stood slowly. Her legs felt weak too, like she'd been the one standing. Eli walked them to the car, helped Sky into her seat. Careful, respectful. Her mother paused at the driver's door. "Thank you," she said. Eli shook his head. "Don't thank me yet." "Why not?" "Because this was the easy part." Her mother's chest tightened. "What's the hard part?" "Everything that comes next," Eli said. "When people find out, when doctors ask questions, when you have to decide how much to share." Her mother hadn't thought about that. She'd been so focused on this moment, not what came after. "What should we do?" she asked. "Tell the truth," Eli said simply. "But only to people who deserve it." She nodded, got in the car, started the engine. Through the window, Sky waved, small wave. Eli waved back. The SUV pulled away. Black, polished, expensive, but different now, carrying something it didn't have before. Hope, real hope. Not the kind people sell you, the kind you earn. Eli watched until they disappeared, then went back inside. The garage felt different, empty, but not lonely. He looked at the spot where Sky had stood. 3 seconds. That's all it was. But 3 seconds could change everything. He picked up his wrench, went back to work. Because some miracles don't need witnesses. They just need to happen. And this one had. Inside the car, Sky pressed her hand against her leg, still feeling the echo of those 3 seconds. Her mother drove in silence, gripping the wheel, trying not to cry again, trying to understand what just happened. "Mom," Sky said. "Yeah, baby? Can we come back tomorrow?" Her mother's breath hitched. "You want to try again?" "Yes." She glanced in the rearview mirror, saw Sky's face, determined, awake, alive. "Okay," she whispered. "Promise?" Her mother's voice broke. "I promise." Sky smiled, leaned back, closed her eyes, and for the first time in years she didn't feel trapped. She felt possible. They didn't go home. Her mother pulled into an empty parking lot, put the car in park, sat there, hands on the wheel, breathing hard. Sky watched from the back seat. "Mom?" No answer. "Mom, are you okay?" Her mother's shoulders started shaking, small at first, then violent. She bent forward, forehead against the steering wheel, and screamed, not loud, muffled, like she'd been holding it in for years. Sky unbuckled her seatbelt. "Mom, what's wrong?" Her mother lifted her head, face soaked, eyes destroyed. "I told you not to try," she sobbed, voice raw, broken. "I told you it was safer." Her hand slipped off the wheel, fell into her lap. "I taught you fear," she whispered, "and I called it love." The words ripped through the car. Sky reached forward, touched her mother's shoulder. "Mom, you didn't know." "I should have asked," her mother choked out. "I should have asked what you felt, what you wanted." She turned in her seat, looked at Sky, really looked. "I made every decision for you," she said. "I thought I was protecting you, but I was just scared." Tears kept coming. Unstoppable now. "I was so scared of losing you that I locked you away." Sky's own eyes filled. "You were trying to help." "No," her mother said firmly. "I was trying to control. There's a difference." She covered her face. "I became everything I hate." Sky climbed forward, awkward, clumsy. Her braces scraped the console. She didn't care. She wrapped her arms around her mother's neck. "Mom, she said softly. You can stop now. Her mother pulled back. Stop what? Being scared. Her mother let out a sound between a laugh and a sob. I don't know how. Sky wiped her mother's face with small hands. We learned together. Her mother closed her eyes, pulled Sky close. They stayed like that, holding each other, both crying, both broken, both honest. Finally, after a long time, her mother spoke. What if the doctors get angry? Let them. What if they say we made it worse? Did we? Her mother thought about it. No. Then it doesn't matter what they say. Her mother shook her head. You're 7. You shouldn't have to be this brave. You're my mom, Sky said. You shouldn't have to be this scared. The truth landed soft, but heavy. Her mother pulled Sky into her lap, careful of the braces. I love you, she whispered. I know. I'm sorry. I know that too. Can you forgive me? Sky didn't answer right away. She thought about it. Really thought. I don't think there's anything to forgive, she said finally. Her mother's chest heaved. How can you say that? Because you're trying now, Sky said simply. That's what matters. Her mother kissed the top of her head, held her, breathed. Outside, the sun was setting. Orange light filled the car. Warm, soft. What do we do now? Her mother asked. Sky leaned back, looked at her. We go home, she said. And tomorrow we go back. To the garage. Yes. Her mother's hands tightened. Are you sure? Yes. Even if it's hard? Especially if it's hard. Her mother smiled. Small, fragile, but real. Okay, she said. She helped Sky back into her seat, buckled her in, started the car. Her hands were steadier now, not much, but enough. They drove in silence, but it wasn't heavy anymore. It was calm, peaceful, like something had been released. Sky watched the buildings pass. Her legs still ached, tired, sore, but awake. She pressed her hand against her thigh, felt the warmth, the presence, the proof. Her mother glanced in the mirror. What are you thinking about? Tomorrow. What about it? How many seconds I'll stand? Her mother's throat tightened. What if it's the same? Then it's the same, Sky said. But at least I'm trying. Her mother nodded, wiped her eyes with one hand, kept driving with the other. When they got home, Sky didn't want dinner, just sleep. Her mother carried her to bed, took off the braces carefully, massaged Sky's legs. Gentle, loving. Does this hurt? No, feels good. Her mother smiled, kept going. Sky's eyes closed. Mom? Yeah? Thank you. For what? For letting me try. Her mother's vision blurred. Thank you for being brave enough to ask. Sky smiled, didn't open her eyes, just smiled. Within minutes, she was asleep. Her mother sat on the edge of the bed, watching her breathe, this tiny person, this brave, impossible person. She thought about the wheelchair waiting in the other room. $40,000, custom made, perfect, and maybe wrong. She stood slowly, walked to her own room, sat on the bed, pulled out her phone, stared at it. All those numbers, doctors, advisors, administrators, people who'd told her what to do, people who'd been so certain. She deleted every single one. Morning came too fast. Sky woke up sore. Her legs felt heavy, like they'd run a marathon. She tried to sit up. Pain shot through her thighs. She gasped. Her mother was there instantly. What's wrong? It hurts. Her mother's face went pale. Where? Everywhere. Should I call someone? Sky shook her head. It's not bad hurt, just tired hurt. Her mother sat on the bed, hands shaking again. Maybe we should wait a few days. No. Sky. Mom, no. Sky pushed herself up, winced, but didn't stop. If we wait, I'll get scared again. Her mother wanted to argue, wanted to wrap Sky up, keep her still, safe. But she'd made a promise. Okay, she whispered. They got ready slowly, every movement deliberate, careful. Her mother helped with the braces. They felt different now. Tighter. Wrong. Like Sky's body was rejecting them. In the car, Sky was quiet, staring out the window. "What are you thinking?" her mother asked. "What if I can't do it today?" "Then you can't." "What if yesterday was just luck?" Her mother pulled over, put the car in park, turned to face Sky. "Listen to me," she said. "Yesterday wasn't luck. It was you." Sky's eyes filled with tears. "But what if—" "No what ifs," her mother interrupted gently. "We try. If it works, good. If it doesn't, we try again tomorrow. And if it never works?" Her mother's chest tightened, the question she'd been avoiding. "Then we find out what does work," she said. "But we do it together, and we do it honestly." Sky nodded, wiped her eyes. "Okay." They drove the rest of the way in silence. When they pulled up to the garage, Eli was already outside. Waiting. He walked to the car, opened Sky's door. "How you feeling?" he asked. "Sore." "Good." Sky looked confused. "Why is that good?" "Because it means your muscles are waking up." He helped her out. Her mother hovered, not touching, just ready. Inside the garage, Sky sat in her chair. Eli knelt in front of her. "We're going to do something different today," he said. "What?" "I want you to just sit and tell me what you feel." Sky frowned. "That's it?" "That's everything." Her mother looked confused. "You're not going to have her stand?" "Not yet." "Why not?" Eli turned to her. "Because yesterday was about proving it was possible. Today is about understanding what's real." He looked back at Sky. "Close your eyes." Sky did. "Tell me what you feel." "My feet." "Where?" "On the floor." "How much?" Sky concentrated. "More than yesterday." Eli nodded. "Good. What else?" "My legs are tight." "Where?" "Here." She touched her thigh. "And here." Her calf. "That's the braces," Eli said. "They're holding you in one position. Your body wants to move differently now." Her mother leaned forward. "Is that bad?" "No," Eli said. "It means she's ready for less support." He adjusted one strap. "How's that?" Sky's eyes flew open. "Different." "Better or worse?" "Better. Lighter." Her mother watched carefully, every movement, every word. Eli loosened another strap. "Now?" Sky shifted her weight. "I can feel when I lean," she said quietly. "Before you fall?" "Yes." Eli sat back. "That's trust," he said. Her mother didn't understand. "What do you mean?" "Her body's learning to trust itself again," Eli explained. "That's how movement starts. Not with strength, with trust." Sky opened her eyes fully. "Can I try standing now?" "No." Disappointment crossed her face. "Why not?" "Because rushing is how we lose what we gained." Sky wanted to argue, but she saw his face. Serious. Final. "Okay," she said quietly. Her mother exhaled, relief mixed with frustration. She wanted Sky to stand again, wanted proof yesterday was real, but she also understood this wasn't about miracles. It was about patience. "How long until she can try again?" she asked. "When her body asks," Eli said. "How will we know?" "She'll tell us." They sat there, the three of them, quiet. Sky with her eyes closed, feeling, learning. Her mother watching, trying not to rush, trying not to fear. Eli waiting, patient, steady. After a long time, Sky spoke. "My legs feel awake," she said softly, "but not strong." "That's honest," Eli replied. "Hold on to that." Sky nodded. When they left, her mother was quiet. Disappointed, maybe, but also relieved, because nothing had gone wrong. And sometimes that was enough. In the car, Sky spoke. "Mom?" "Yeah?" "I'm scared." Her mother's hands tightened on the wheel. "Of what?" "That this is all I get. 3 seconds." Her mother pulled over again, turned around. "Even if it is," she said, "those 3 seconds are yours. Nobody can take them away." Sky thought about that. "You're right. And maybe there's more," her mother added. "Maybe there isn't, but we keep trying." Sky smiled, small but real. "Okay." They drove home. The world looked the same, but everything had changed. The phone started ringing before they got home. Once, twice, then again. Sky's mother ignored it, then glanced at the screen. Her body went rigid. Doctors, administrators, numbers she recognized. Numbers she'd deleted last night, but they'd found her anyway. "They know," she said quietly. Sky looked up from the back seat. "Know what?" "That something changed." "How?" Her mother's jaw clenched. "They always know." The phone rang again. Different number. Same type of call. Her mother turned it off, completely off. "I don't want them deciding again," Sky said. Her voice was small, scared. Her mother met her eyes in the mirror. "They won't." But the promise felt thin. At home, the phone stayed off, but the doorbell rang instead. Once. Twice. Her mother looked through the peephole. A man in a suit, clipboard in hand. She didn't open the door. He rang again. Knocked. "Mrs. Richardson?" he called through the door. "We need to schedule a follow-up assessment." Her mother pressed her back against the door, heart pounding. Sky sat in her chair, watching. "Don't open it," she whispered. Her mother shook her head. "I won't." The man knocked again. "It's mandatory," he said, "part of the treatment protocol." Her mother closed her eyes. Treatment protocol. The words that had ruled their lives. "Please leave," she called out. Silence. Then footsteps. Walking away. But it didn't feel like victory. It felt like delay. That night, her mother's phone turned back on automatically. 17 missed calls. 8 voicemails. She didn't listen to them, but one text came through from the doctor who'd given the diagnosis. "We need to talk about Sky's recent activities." Her mother stared at the message. How did they know? "Who told them?" she typed back. "There's nothing to discuss." The response came immediately. "Unapproved interventions can void her coverage." Her mother's blood went cold. Coverage. Insurance. The wheelchair cost $40,000. The braces cost $12,000. Physical therapy was $500 a session. They were threatening to take it all away. She walked to Sky's room. Sky was awake, staring at the ceiling. "Mom? Yeah? Are they going to make me stop?" Her mother sat on the bed. "I don't know." Honest. Painful. Sky's voice cracked. "I don't want to stop." "I know." "What if they say I have to?" Her mother took Sky's hand. "Then we figure it out." "How?" She didn't have an answer. Not yet. Another text came through. "We have documentation that Sky attempted unsupervised standing. This violates care standards." Her mother's hands shook. Documentation. Someone had reported them. Someone had been watching. She typed fast. "Who told you that?" No response. She tried again. "You can't control what we do at home." 3 dots appeared, then disappeared. Then, "We can if it endangers the child." Her mother threw the phone across the room. It hit the wall, didn't break, just clattered to the floor. Sky flinched. "Mom?" Her mother was breathing hard, shaking. "They're going to try to stop us," she said. "Can they? Legally? I don't know, but they'll make it hard." Sky's face crumpled. "This isn't fair." "No," her mother agreed. "It's not." She pulled Sky close. "But we're not stopping." "Promise?" "Promise." But inside, her mother's mind was racing. If they pulled coverage, how would they afford care? If they pressed legal action, could they take Sky away? If they claimed endangerment, what would happen? The questions crushed her. Morning came. Her mother hadn't slept. At 8 a.m., the doorbell rang again. She looked through the peephole. 2 people this time, a man and a woman, official looking. The woman held a badge. Her mother's stomach dropped. She opened the door a crack. Yes? Mrs. Richardson? Yes. We're from Child Protective Services. The world stopped. We received a report of medical neglect. Her mother couldn't breathe. That's not true. We need to speak with Sky. No. Ma'am, we can come back with police. Her mother's legs went weak. She looked back. Sky was in the hallway, watching, terrified. Her mother turned back to the officials. Give me 1 minute, she said. She closed the door, walked to Sky, knelt down. Listen to me, she said firmly. Tell them the truth. Tell them you wanted to try. Tell them I didn't force you. Sky nodded, tears streaming. What if they don't believe me? Then we fight. Her mother opened the Joie door. Let them in, and prayed the truth would be enough. But deep down, she knew. The world doesn't like it when you break the rules, even when the rules are wrong. The woman sat across from Sky, notepad in her lap, pen ready. Hi, Sky, she said, voice soft, fake soft. Sky didn't answer. I'm Ms. Garcia. I just want to ask you some questions. Sky looked at her mother. Her mother nodded. It's okay, she whispered. Ms. Garcia smiled. Did someone make you try to walk? Sky's eyes narrowed. No. Are you sure? Yes. Sometimes adults tell us what to do and we think we have to. I wanted to, Sky interrupted. Ms. Garcia wrote something down. Why did you want to? Sky's hands clenched. Because I could feel my legs. The doctor said you couldn't walk. The doctors were wrong. Ms. Garcia's pen stopped. She looked at Sky's mother, then back at Sky. Did your mother tell you to say that? Sky's face went hard. 7 years old, but her eyes were fire. My mother didn't tell me anything. She listened. That's different. Ms. Garcia shifted in her seat. Did anyone hurt you? No. Did the mechanic touch you inappropriately? Sky's mother stood up fast. That's enough. Ma'am, I need to complete the assessment. You just accused someone of, I'm following protocol. Her mother's voice shook with rage. Your protocol is protecting the wrong people. Ms. Garcia closed her notepad. I'll need to see Sky's medical records. You'll need a warrant. We can get one. Then get one. The two women stared at each other. Ms. Garcia stood. We'll be in touch. She left. The man followed. The door closed. Her mother collapsed against it. Sky wheeled over. Mom? Her mother slid down to the floor. I'm okay. You're not. I will be. Sky touched her mother's hand. What if they come back? Then we tell the truth again. What if the truth isn't enough? Her mother looked at her daughter, this brave, impossible child. Then we get louder. That afternoon, her mother called Eli. They came, she said. I know. How? They came here too. Her mother's chest tightened. What did you tell them? The truth. That Sky asked. That she controlled everything. That I never touched her without permission. Did they believe you? Eli was quiet. No. Her mother closed her eyes. What do we do? Keep going, Eli said, but carefully. They threatened to take away her coverage. Then we find another way. How? I can't afford. One step at a time, Eli interrupted gently. First we focus on Sky. The rest we figure out after. Her mother wanted to argue, wanted to plan, wanted to control something, but she couldn't. She was losing control of everything. Okay, she whispered. That night, Sky couldn't sleep. Her mother sat on the edge of the bed. What are you thinking about? What if they make me stop? We won't let them. But what if they do? Her mother didn't have an answer, not a good one. Then we fight, she said finally. How? I don't know yet, but we will. Sky turned on her side, faced the wall. I wish I never tried. Her mother's heart broke. Don't say that. It was easier before. Easier isn't better. It felt better. Her mother lay down behind Sky, wrapped her arms around her. Do you really wish you never tried? Silence, long and heavy. Then, no. Her mother held her tighter. Me neither. They stayed like that, until Sky finally fell asleep. Her mother didn't sleep. She stared at the ceiling, thinking, planning. At 3 a.m., she got up, went to her computer, started researching. Lawyers, rights, medical negligence. Everything she'd been too scared to look at before. She found a forum. Parents fighting similar battles. Kids told they couldn't. Who proved they could, and faced the same punishment for it. She read story after story. Some won, some lost, some just disappeared, gave up, went back to what was safe. She wouldn't be one of those. She kept reading, found a name, a lawyer who specialized in these cases. She wrote an email, explained everything, sent it before she could second guess. The response came an hour later. I can help, but it won't be easy. And it won't be cheap. Her mother stared at the screen. She didn't have money for a lawyer. She'd spent everything on medical equipment, on the life they were told Sky needed, but she typed back anyway. How much? The response was immediate. Free for the first consultation. After that, we negotiate. Her mother's hand shook. When can we meet? Tomorrow, 10 a.m. Her mother closed the laptop, went back to Sky's room, watched her sleep. This fight was just beginning, and she had no idea if they'd win. But she knew one thing. She wasn't backing down. Not anymore. By morning, people were waiting outside the garage. Neighbors, strangers, phones half hidden in their hands. Someone had posted something. Eli saw them immediately. He locked the door, turned the sign to closed. Sky's mother pulled up in the SUV, saw the crowd. Her stomach dropped. Stay here, she told Sky. No. Sky, I'm not hiding. Her mother looked at her daughter, saw the determination. Okay. They got out together. The crowd moved closer. Questions started flying. Is it true she can walk now? Did he heal her? Can we see? Just one video. No, Eli said from the doorway. His voice cut through everything. Simple, final. A woman pushed forward. We just want to thank you. Then thank me by leaving. But people need to see. They don't need to see anything. Sky's mother wheeled Sky toward the garage. The crowd parted slowly, reluctant. A man reached out with his phone. Just a quick photo. Eli stepped between them. No. Come on, man. This is inspiring. This is private. Inside the garage, Eli locked the door behind them. The crowd pressed against the windows. Faces, phones, hope. Sky stared at them. They want me to stand, she said quietly. Eli knelt in front of her. Do you want to? No. Then you don't. But they drove here. Not your problem. Sky looked at her mother. Her mother nodded. He's right. Eli stood, walked to the door, opened it just enough to speak. There's nothing to see, he said. Go home, someone shouted back. You changed her life. Eli shook his head. She did. He closed the door. The crowd stayed for another 10 minutes, then slowly left. Disappointed, angry some of them, like they'd been promised something and robbed. Inside, Sky exhaled. Thank you. Eli nodded. You don't owe anyone proof. Her mother sat down heavily. This is going to get worse, isn't it? Probably. What do we do? Keep the story small, Eli said. The bigger it gets, the more people want to own it. He looked at Sky. And once they own it, they'll decide what it means. Sky understood. She'd lived that her whole life. People deciding what her body meant, what her wheelchair meant, what she meant. I don't want to be a story, she said. Then don't be, Eli replied simply. Her mother pulled out her phone. 3 news outlets had already called, local reporters wanting interviews. They're asking about the miracle mechanic. Eli's jaw tightened. I'm not a miracle, I'm a mechanic. They don't care about the difference. Then they can stay confused. He walked to his workbench, started organizing tools. "We doing this or not?" he asked Sky. Sky looked at her mother. Her mother nodded. "We're doing this." Eli didn't make Sky stand today either. He adjusted her braces again. Smaller changes. Testing. "How does that feel?" "Looser." "Good or bad?" "Good, but scary." "Why scary?" "Because I can move more." Eli sat back. "And that scares you?" Sky nodded. "What if I move wrong?" "Then you learn what wrong feels like." Her mother leaned forward. "Is that safe?" "Safer than never learning," Eli replied. He stood. "Movement isn't about being perfect. It's about being honest." Sky shifted in her chair, testing the new freedom. Her leg moved easier, not strong, but easier. "Can I stand tomorrow?" she asked. "If your body asks." "How will I know?" "You'll feel ready, not excited, not scared, ready." Sky thought about that. "I don't feel ready yet." Then we wait. No disappointment in his voice, just acceptance. Her mother drove them home the long way, avoiding the main streets, avoiding cameras, avoiding questions. At a red light, a car pulled up beside them. The driver stared, then took a photo. Her mother's hands tightened on the wheel. They recognized us. Sky sank lower in her seat. "I hate this." "I know." "Why can't people just leave us alone?" "Because your story makes them feel something," her mother said, "and they think that gives them rights to it." "It doesn't." "No, it doesn't." The light turned green. They drove home in silence. Inside, her mother closed all the curtains, locked the doors, checked the windows. Sky watched. "Are we hiding now?" Her mother stopped, looked at her daughter. "No," she said firmly. "We're protecting what's ours." "What's the difference?" Her mother sat down, pulled Sky close. "Hiding means we think we did something wrong. Protecting means we know we didn't." Sky leaned into her mother. "I'm tired." "Me too." They sat there. Two people against the world. Small, but not defeated. That night, Sky's mother wrote a social media post. Simple, direct. "My daughter is not inspiration. She's a child. Please respect our privacy." She posted it, turned off comments. Within an hour, it had 5,000 shares. People arguing in quote tweets, some defending, some attacking, some claiming she was being ungrateful. She deleted the app, went to bed, and hoped tomorrow would be quieter. It wouldn't be. That night, Sky sat on the edge of the bed, legs dangling. Her mother knelt in front of her, adjusting the braces. Not urgently, carefully. "Does it feel different?" she asked. Sky nodded. "I feel taller." Her mother smiled softly. "Taller?" "Not because I stood," Sky said, "because no one told me to stop trying." Her mother's hands froze. That was it. That was the truth no doctor had ever written down. She finished unbuckling the braces, set them aside gently, like they might break, or she might. "Tell me what you mean," she said. Sky pulled her knees up, wrapped her arms around them. "Before," she started, "everyone decided things for me. I know. Where I went. How I sat. What I could do." Her voice got quieter. "Even what I could feel." Her mother's throat closed. "Baby, I'm not mad," Sky interrupted. I felt small, like I was shrinking." She looked at her mother. "But now I feel bigger, even sitting here." Her mother pressed her forehead against Sky's knee. Tears came fast. Silent. "I'm sorry," she whispered. "I know. I made you small. You were scared. That's not an excuse." Sky touched her mother's hair. "Maybe not. But I understand now." They sat like that, connected, honest. After a long time, Sky spoke again. "He saw me," she said. Her mother looked up. "Who?" "Eli. He saw me before he fixed anything." Her mother nodded. "Yes. He did. Nobody else did that. I should have. You see me now." Her mother pulled back, wiped her face. "I'm trying." "I know." Sky laid back against the pillow, exhausted, but peaceful. Her mother pulled the blanket up. "What do you want to do tomorrow?" she asked. "Go back." "To the garage?" "Yes." "Are you ready to stand again?" Sky thought about it. Really thought. "I don't know. But I want to find out." Her mother kissed her forehead. "Okay." She stood to leave. "Mom?" "Yeah?" "Do you think things will go back to normal?" Her mother's chest ached. "I don't think they can." "Is that bad?" "No," her mother said. "Normal was broken." Sky smiled, small but real. "Good." Her mother turned off the light, stood in the doorway, watching Sky's silhouette in the dark. This child, this brave, beautiful child. She'd almost lost her, not to disability, to silence. She walked to her own room, sat on the bed, pulled out her laptop. The lawyer had sent documents, rights, protocols, legal precedents, things she should have known years ago, things she'd been too afraid to look for. She read until her eyes burned, until she understood. They had rights. Sky had rights. Rights the system had buried under care plans and protocols. She kept reading. Found a phrase that made her stop. Informed consent requires the patient's input, regardless of age, when they demonstrate capacity to understand. Sky understood. She'd always understood, but nobody had asked. Her mother closed the laptop, lay back, stared at the ceiling. Tomorrow she'd meet the lawyer. Tomorrow they'd start fighting officially. Tomorrow everything would get harder, but tonight she just thought about Sky's words. "He saw me before he fixed anything." That's what had been missing. Not medical intervention, not better equipment, not different doctors. Just someone who saw her daughter as a person, not a diagnosis, not a liability, not a story. A person, with thoughts, with feelings, with the right to choose. Her mother turned on her side, closed her eyes, and for the first time in years she didn't dream about protecting Sky, she dreamed about freeing her. In the morning, Sky woke up before her alarm. She sat up slowly, her legs ached, but awake, aching, not dead aching. She touched her thigh, pressed down, felt muscle respond, small response. But there, she looked at the braces on the floor, metal gleaming in the morning light. They'd kept her safe. They'd also kept her still. She wasn't sure how she felt about them anymore. Grateful maybe, angry too, both at once. Her mother knocked softly. "You awake?" "Yeah." The door opened. Her mother looked tired, but determined. "Ready?" she asked. Sky nodded. "Ready." They got dressed, put the braces on. Slower now, more thoughtfully, like they were asking permission instead of demanding compliance. In the car, Sky was quiet, nervous. Her mother glanced back. "What are you thinking? That everything's different now. Is that bad?" "No," Sky said, "just big." Her mother smiled. "Yeah, it is." They pulled up to the garage. No crowd today, just Eli, working on someone else's car. Normal, ordinary, perfect. They got out. Eli looked up, nodded once. "Morning." "Morning," Sky replied. She wheeled inside, and somewhere deep inside, something whispered. Today might be the day. Sky didn't fall asleep right away. Not because of pain, because her body felt unfamiliar. Curious. Every small movement sent signals through her legs, messages that had waited years to be delivered. Not strength, not freedom, just presence. She lay on her back, staring at the ceiling, listening to her mother breathe in the other bed. The breathing was careful, measured, alert, always ready for danger. "Mom?" Sky whispered. Her mother answered instantly. "I'm here." Sky hesitated. "Were you scared today?" The room stayed quiet. Long moment. "Yes," her mother finally said. "I was terrified." Sky nodded in the dark. "Me too." Silence settled again. Different now. Not heavy. Honest. "I thought if I controlled everything," her mother said quietly, "nothing bad could happen to you. Sky turned her head. But bad things still happened. Her mother closed her eyes. Yes. Sky reached across the space between their beds. Found her mother's hand. I don't want you to stop being scared, she said softly. I just don't want you to decide for me because of it. Her mother's grip tightened. Tears slipped into the pillow. Silent. I promise, she whispered. Sky didn't answer. Didn't need to. For the first time, her body felt like something she could listen to. Not something that only spoke fear. She flexed her foot. Tiny movement, but hers. Real. Mom? Yeah? I think I want to try standing tomorrow. Her mother's breath caught. Are you sure? Not sure. But ready. Her mother squeezed her hand tighter. Okay. You're not going to try to talk me out of it? No. Why not? Her mother's voice cracked. Because I promised to listen. Sky smiled in the dark. Thank you. They lay there, hands connected. Both awake, both afraid. Both choosing courage anyway. After a while, her mother spoke. What if it doesn't work tomorrow? Then we try again the next day. And if it never works? Sky thought about it. Then at least I know I tried. And I decided. Not someone else. Her mother's chest heaved. This 7-year-old, teaching her about freedom. When did you get so wise? She asked. I've always been wise, Sky said. You just started listening. The truth landed gentle, but heavy. Her mother wiped her eyes with her free hand. You're right. I know. They both laughed quietly, small sounds in the dark, but real. Sky's eyes finally got heavy. Mom? Yeah, baby? I love you. I love you too. Even when I'm scared? Especially then. Sky's breathing slowed, deepened. Her mother stayed awake longer, watching the ceiling, thinking about tomorrow, about what might happen, about what might not, about how she'd spent years trying to prevent moments like this, and now she was choosing to walk into one. She thought about the wheelchair, the braces, the protocols, all the things meant to keep Sky safe, that had actually kept her trapped. She'd built a fortress around her daughter and locked her inside. Now the walls were coming down, and it was terrifying. But it was right. She knew it was right. She turned on her side, looked at Sky sleeping, face peaceful, body relaxed. No fear there, just rest. Real rest, not escape. Her mother closed her eyes. Tomorrow would come, with all its risks, all its possibilities, all its truth. But tonight, they'd done something harder than standing. They'd been honest, with each other, with themselves, and that was its own kind of miracle. In the morning, Sky woke up calm. No racing heart, no panic, just certainty. Today was the day. She sat up slowly. Her mother was already awake, sitting in the chair by the window, watching her. Morning, Sky said. Morning. You okay? Her mother smiled. Tired, but genuine. I will be. They got ready quietly. No rushing, no hesitation, just steady movement forward. Her mother helped with the braces, for the last time in this configuration. Eli had said if today went well, they'd adjust them permanently, make them lighter, more supportive than restrictive. The thought was exciting and sad. These braces had been part of Sky's identity for years. Letting them go felt like losing something, even if what she was losing had hurt her. In the car, her mother didn't turn on music. They drove in silence. Comfortable silence. The garage came into view. Eli was outside, waiting. He waved once. Simple. No pressure. They parked. Got out. Sky took a breath. Ready? Her mother asked. Sky looked at the garage, at Eli, at her mother, at her own hands. Yeah, she said. I'm ready. And for the first time in her life, she meant it. Not just ready to try, ready to trust herself. That made all the difference. By morning, the calls multiplied. Doctors asking questions, administrators requesting updates. advisors suggesting statements that sounded like gratitude dressed as control. Sky's mother declined everyone. No interviews, she said calmly. No photos. No story. They didn't understand. They thought this was about image. Sky sat at the small table, swinging her legs slightly, watching her mother end a call without explanation. "You don't want people to know?" Sky asked. Her mother knelt in front of her. "I don't want them to decide what this means." Sky thought about that. "Can I decide?" "Yes," her mother said immediately. Sky smiled. "Then I don't want them to know yet." Her mother nodded. "Okay." Another call came through. She declined it, turned the phone off completely. Across town, Eli opened the garage. Same lock, same stiff hinge. A man waited outside, phone already in his hand. "Is it true?" he asked. "Did you fix her?" Eli shook his head. "I fix cars." "That's it?" "That's it." The man hesitated. "But people are saying..." "People say a lot of things." Eli walked inside. The man followed to the doorway. "Can I at least get a quote?" "No." "Just one sentence?" "No." Eli turned on the lights, started organizing tools. The man stayed there, watching. This could help other families, he tried. Eli stopped, turned slowly. "You want to help families?" he asked. "Leave them alone." The man's face flushed. "I'm just doing my job." "So am I." The man left, frustrated, empty-handed. Good. Later that afternoon, Sky's mother returned to the garage. Alone. She placed an envelope on the counter. Eli looked at it, didn't touch it. "What's this?" "Open it." He did. Inside wasn't money. It was a handwritten letter, addressed to Sky, not to him. He started reading, then stopped. "This is private," he said. "I know, but I wanted you to see the first line." He looked down. "I should have asked sooner." Eli's throat tightened. He folded it carefully. Put it back in the envelope. "She'll appreciate this." Her mother nodded. "I hope so." She turned to leave, stopped. "Thank you," she said, "for not making this about you." Eli didn't respond, just nodded once. Some things didn't need words. She left. Eli set the envelope aside carefully, went back to work. That evening, Sky read the letter. Slowly, carefully. Her mother sat beside her, quiet, waiting. When Sky finished, she folded it, held it against her chest. "Mom?" "Yeah, this is the best thing you ever gave me." Her mother's eyes filled. "Better than the wheelchair?" "Better than everything." They sat together, not talking, just being. That night, a news van showed up outside their house, knocked on the door. Her mother didn't answer. They knocked again, louder. "We just want 5 minutes." Her mother opened the door a crack. "No. Mrs. Richardson, people are inspired. That's not my problem. Don't you want to share hope? Hope doesn't need cameras." She closed the door, locked it. The van stayed for an hour, then left, but came back the next morning. Different crew, same questions. Her mother called the police. They asked the van to leave. It did, but others came. For 3 days straight. Her mother stopped answering the door, stopped opening curtains, stopped leaving except for the garage. Sky noticed. "We're hiding again," she said. Her mother looked at her. "No, we're choosing privacy." "What's the difference?" "Hiding means shame. Privacy means boundaries." Sky thought about it. "Can I still go to the garage?" "Yes." "Even with cameras?" Her mother hesitated. "Even with cameras, but we don't stop for them." "Okay." The next day they left through the back, drove carefully, no main streets. A car followed them anyway. Her mother's hands tightened. "Don't look at them," she said. Sky stared straight ahead. The car followed all the way to the garage. Eli was waiting outside. He'd seen them coming. When they pulled up, he stood in front of the camera car. Blocked their view. "Private property," he said. "Leave. We're on a public street, and they're on my property. Leave." The car stayed. Eli pulled out his phone, started recording them. "How's it feel?" he asked. The driver's face changed, uncomfortable. "That's what I thought," Eli said. He kept recording. The car left. Inside, Sky exhaled. "Thank you." Eli nodded. "Some stories need protecting." Her mother agreed. "Even from people who think they're helping." Eli started working on her braces. "Today we try something new," he said. "What?" "We let you decide when to stand." Sky's eyes widened. "Really? Really? What if I don't want to?" "Then you don't." "What if I want to but can't?" "Then you tried." Sky smiled. For the first time, this felt completely hers. Not a test, not a performance, just her. Learning, growing, choosing. Her mother watched from the corner, silent, proud, terrified, but letting go. Finally. 3 weeks later, another family arrived. Different car, different street. Same fear. Eli noticed immediately. A boy, maybe 9 years old, sitting in the back seat, shoulders folded inward, eyes trained on the floor, already practiced at disappearing. The mother got out first, opened the back door, started unbuckling him. The boy didn't move, didn't help, just let it happen. Eli walked over slowly. "Car trouble?" he asked. The mother nodded. "Engine light." She didn't meet his eyes. Eli looked at the boy. "What do you think's wrong?" he asked. The boy's head lifted slightly, confused, like he'd forgotten people could talk to him. "I don't know," he whispered. His mother spoke up quickly. "He doesn't like to talk about it." Eli crouched down, eye level with the boy. "About what?" The boy's eyes darted to his mother, then back to Eli. "My legs." "I wasn't asking about your legs," Eli said gently. "I was asking what you think's wrong with the car." The boy blinked, processing. "Oh." Silence. "I think they stopped asking me," he said finally. "Stop." Another child just said the exact same thing Sky did. This isn't one story anymore. This is every child who's been silenced. If this is giving you chills, subscribe right now because this movement is just beginning. And comment the name of someone who needs to hear this story. Tag them, share this, because the next chapter shows how one mechanic's choice created a wave that nobody can stop. Not about the car anymore. Eli felt it hit his chest, that familiar pain, the one he'd felt with Sky. "Yeah," Eli said quietly. "I think they did too." The mother's face crumpled. "I was just trying." "I know," Eli interrupted. Not harsh, just honest. He stood, looked at her, popped the hood. She did. Eli worked slowly, asked the boy questions, not about his disability, about sounds, about what he noticed, about what he felt. The boy answered carefully, like he was testing if this was real, if someone actually wanted to hear him. After 20 minutes, Eli stepped back. "Try it now." The mother turned the key. Engine started smooth. "That's it?" she asked. "That's it." She reached for her wallet. Eli shook his head. "No charge." "But, no charge." She didn't understand. Stood there confused. The boy spoke up. "Can I ask you something?" Eli turned. "Yeah." "Did you really help that girl?" Silence. The mother tensed. Eli considered his answer carefully. "I listened to her," he said finally. "That's all." "Did she walk?" "She tried." "Is she better now?" Eli crouched again. "She's more honest now. That's better." The boy thought about that. "Do you think—" He stopped, started again. "Do you think I could try?" His mother gasped. "Honey, the doctors said—" "I know what they said," the boy interrupted. His voice shook, but he kept going. "But did anyone ask me?" The mother's hand flew to her mouth. Tears instant. Eli stood. "That's between you and your mom," he said. "But if you decide to try, do it because you want to, not because someone expects you to." The boy nodded. His mother knelt beside him. "Do you want to try?" she asked. Her voice was barely there. The boy looked at her. I think so. Even if it's hard? Even if it's hard. She pulled him close, held him, shaking. Eli stepped back, gave them space. This moment was theirs. After a while, the mother stood. Can we come back? She asked Eli. If he wants to. I do, the boy said immediately. Then yes. They got in the car, drove away. Eli watched them go, then went back inside, sat down heavily on his stool. This was happening. More families would come. More kids who'd been told no. More parents who'd been told to accept. He couldn't help them all, didn't want to. This wasn't about him. It was about stopping the lie. Before it buried another child. Sky wasn't there, didn't need to be. Her impact had arrived before her, changing things she'd never see, helping people she'd never meet. That's how real change works. Quiet, personal. One conversation at a time. Eli looked at the spot where the boy had sat, saw the same thing he'd seen in Sky, a child waiting to be asked, not told. Asked. He picked up his wrench, went back to work, because tomorrow another family might come, and the day after that, and the day after that, not because he was special, because he'd proven something, that the system could be wrong, that doctors could miss things, that love sometimes looked like control, and that children knew more than anyone gave them credit for. He thought about Sky, about her 3 seconds of standing, about how that had become something bigger, not because it was perfect, because it was honest. The door opened. A woman with a young girl, different family, same look. Eli stood. Car trouble? He asked. The woman nodded, but her eyes said something else. She'd heard. She'd come for more than an engine. Eli looked at the girl. What's your name? The girl glanced at her mother, got a nod. Maya. Nice to meet you, Maya, Eli said. You want to help me fix this car? Maya's eyes widened. Me? Yeah, you. She smiled, small but real. Okay. Her mother's eyes filled, just from that. From someone treating her daughter like she mattered, like she could help, like she was more than her diagnosis. Eli got to work, and Maya watched, and her mother breathed, and somewhere across town, Sky was doing homework, completely unaware that she'd started something that couldn't be stopped. The envelope arrived on a Tuesday, plain, slightly bent. Eli almost tossed it with the bills. Something made him open it instead. Inside was a folded piece of paper, creased too many times, like someone had carried it, read it, reread it. Crayon letters, careful, uneven. Thank you for telling the truth. Nothing else, no signature. He didn't need one. He knew that handwriting. Small, deliberate. Skies. Eli sat down heavily on the stool. The weight of it hit him. Not pride, something deeper. He thought of his own daughter, how small she'd been when adults spoke around her instead of to her, how certainty had stolen time no apology could return, how he'd been too late. He folded the note carefully, slipped it into his shirt pocket, close to his heart, not to frame, not to show anyone. Some things weren't meant to be displayed. They were meant to be carried. That evening, Sky stood again in her room, 5 seconds this time, then sat, breathing hard, smiling. Her mother didn't clap, didn't cheer, just knelt beside her. How did that feel? Real. Good. Real? Scary real. But mine. Her mother hugged her. Not because Sky stood, because Sky chose. Every single time. She chose. Later, Sky lay in bed. Her mother sat beside her. Mom? Yeah? Do you think other kids will try now? Her mother thought about it. Maybe. What if they can't? Then at least they tried. Sky turned on her side. What if they get hurt? Her mother's chest tightened. Then we hope their parents love them through it. Sky nodded slowly. Like you did. Her mother's throat closed. Like I'm trying to. You're doing good. Such simple words, from a 7-year-old. But they meant everything. Her mother kissed Sky's forehead. So are you. Sky smiled, closed her eyes. Within minutes, she was asleep. Her mother stayed. watching her breathe. This child who'd taught her about courage, about honesty, about letting go. She stood slowly, walked to the window, looked out at the quiet street. Somewhere out there were other families, other children being told no, other parents building cages out of love. She couldn't save them all, but maybe Sky already had, just by being brave enough to ask. Across town, Eli locked up the garage. Same routine, same rust on the lock. As he turned off the lights, he noticed a girl across the street, maybe 6 years old, watching his hands, the way Sky once had, focused, still, calculating. He met her eyes, nodded once. She nodded back. Then her mother called her inside. The girl went, but she looked back. Once. Eli understood that look, that curiosity, that hope. He got in his truck, drove home, the note still in his pocket. At a red light, he pulled it out. Read it again. Thank you for telling the truth. He thought about that, about how truth was the simplest thing, and the hardest, about how everyone wants to protect children, but sometimes protection becomes prison, about how love and control look identical, until you ask the child. The light turned green. He drove. At home, he pinned the note to his workshop wall, the only thing displayed there, not as proof, as reminder. That one conversation could change everything, that listening mattered more than fixing, that children knew their bodies better than charts did. He sat in his workshop, surrounded by tools, by oil, by the smell of work, and he thought about Sky, about her 3 seconds that became 5, about how those seconds had become something bigger than standing. They'd become permission, for other kids to ask, for other parents to listen, for other families to question what they'd been told. He thought about the boy who'd come, about Maya, about the girl across the street, about how many more might come. He couldn't help them all, didn't need to. He just needed to help one. The rest would follow. Not because of him, because of her. Sky, who'd been brave enough to feel, and honest enough to say so. That was the real miracle. Not standing, speaking. He looked at the note one more time, then turned off the light. Went inside. Tomorrow would bring more work, more cars, maybe more families. But tonight he just felt grateful. That he'd listened. That he'd asked. That he'd told the truth when it mattered most. Even when the truth was hard. Especially then. In her bed, Sky dreamed, not of walking, not of standing, of being heard, of being seen, of being trusted. That was always the dream. The legs were just bonus. Her mother checked on her one last time, adjusted the blanket, kissed her forehead. I love you, she whispered. Sky didn't wake, but she smiled in her sleep. That was enough. More than enough. Her mother closed the door softly, went to her own room, lay down, and for the first time in years she didn't lie awake worrying. She just slept, deep, peaceful, free, because the lie had finally fallen, and nothing is more dangerous, or more freeing, than truth. Months later, Sky rolled herself onto a small stage at school, not to perform, to speak. Her legs were still unreliable, some days stronger, some days not. That wasn't the story. She looked out at the room, adults waiting for inspiration, faces already softening, ready to feel something. They told my mom I couldn't, Sky said simply. The room went silent. But one person asked me instead. Her mother sat in the back row, tears already coming. Sky continued, voice steady. He didn't fix me first. He listened. She paused. Let that land. And when someone listens to you, your body remembers how to try. Silence, heavy, real. Then applause. Slow at first, unsure, but building. Her mother wiped her face, proud, terrified, both. After in the hallway, a woman approached. That was beautiful, she said. Sky nodded politely. Thank you. My son has cerebral palsy. Do you think— I can't tell you what to do, Sky interrupted gently, but maybe ask him what he feels. The woman's face changed. Ask him? Yeah, he probably knows. The woman stood there, stunned, like the idea had never occurred to her. Sky rolled away. Her mother caught up. That was perfect, she said. Was it? You told the truth. Yeah, Sky said, but I don't think she heard it. Her mother knelt down. Some people won't. That's not your fault. Sky nodded. I know. They walked to the car. The parking lot was mostly empty now. Quiet. Mom? Yeah? Are you proud of me? Her mother stopped, turned. I'm not proud, she said. Sky looked confused. Her mother smiled. I'm grateful. What's the difference? Proud means I think you did something for me. Grateful means I know you did it for you. Sky thought about that. I like grateful better. Me too. They got in the car, drove in comfortable silence. At a red light, her mother spoke. What are you thinking about? Tomorrow. What about it? How many seconds I'll stand? Her mother's throat tightened. What if it's the same as today? Then it's the same, Sky said. But I'm still trying. The light turned green. They drove. Across town, Eli closed the garage. Same tools, same oil stains, same everything. But different, too. He'd had 4 more families this month. 2 kids tried. 1 succeeded. 1 didn't. Both were braver for asking. He locked the door, started walking to his truck. A little girl watched from across the street. Different girl than last time. Same look, though. That calculation. That hope. Eli nodded. She smiled, ran back to her house. He got in his truck, drove home, the note still pinned to his wall. Thank you for telling the truth. He looked at it every day, not because he needed to, because he wanted to remember that one moment could change everything, that listening was the first step, that truth was the only tool that mattered. At home, he made dinner, ate alone, washed his plate, sat in his workshop, just sat, thinking about Sky, about how her 3 seconds had become a movement, small movement, quiet, but real. He thought about his daughter, the one he'd lost, the one nobody had listened to. I heard her, he whispered to the empty room. I finally heard one. It didn't bring his daughter back. Nothing could. But it meant something, that he'd learned, that he'd changed, that her loss hadn't been for nothing. He stood, turned off the light, went to bed. In her room, Sky stood. 10 seconds this time, then sat. Her mother was in the doorway, watching, not helping, just witnessing. New record, her mother said. Sky grinned. Next time 15. Maybe. Definitely. Her mother smiled, walked over, helped Sky into bed. Mom? Yeah? Do you ever regret it? Regret what? Letting me try. Her mother sat on the edge of the bed. Never. Even when it's hard? Especially then. Sky reached for her mother's hand. Good. They sat there, connected, honest. The miracle wasn't standing, her mother said softly. Sky looked at her. What was it? You speaking. Me listening. Sky smiled. Yeah, that's what changed everything. I know. Her mother kissed her forehead. Sleep now. Okay. She turned off the light, walked to the door. Mom? Yeah? I love you. I love you too. Even when I fall? Especially then. Sky closed her eyes, smiled. Across town, the little girl who'd watched Eli whispered to her mother. Can I try? Her mother looked down, saw something she'd been ignoring. Hope. Try what, baby? Standing. Her mother's chest tightened. The doctor said, I know what they said. But did anyone ask me? The mother's eyes filled. Those exact words. She knelt down. What do you feel? Her daughter's face lit up. You're asking? I'm asking. I feel something in my legs. Show me. The girl moved her foot. Small movement, but real. Her mother gasped. How long have you been able to do that? I don't know. I was scared to say. The mother pulled her close. Don't be scared anymore. Okay. They held each other. Another family, another choice, another truth. The circle continued, not because a child stood, but because a lie finally fell. And when lies fall, something grows in their place. Not miracles, not cures, just honesty. And honesty is enough, more than enough. It's everything.